Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another review video. Today we're going to be taking a look at a budget mechanical keyboard that's been getting a bit of buzz in some of the Reddit sort of pages. This is, I don't know how you pronounce this, but this is the MageGee or MageGee MK-Star75. This is a 75%, obviously by the 75 in the name, a 75% size keyboard with a multi-function knob as well. So we're not going to run through an unboxing because pointless. Like I've said in every other video, you just get the same sort of stuff in it. Apart from this one, obviously you would get your Type-C USB cable, which is detachable, which is quite nice. They give you a keycap puller, and then weirdly enough they give you some like dark red keycaps. So fair enough. I like to put custom keycaps on keyboards, so I probably won't really use them. But yeah, so I'll just grab the keyboard. Here it is. So this is the MageGee MK-Star75, like I said. Now this is a fully mechanical keyboard, like I said, 75%, so you lose the number pad and everything. So it's 83 keys, including obviously your arrow keys here. So it saves a decent amount of desk space, but it can be quite awkward for certain games if you need like a number pad and stuff like that. It's not the heaviest board I've ever felt, but it's not light either. It's kind of in that sort of medium sort of ground. The multifunction knob is quite nice. Obviously when it's like that, it just controls volume, and then if you push and hold it and turn it up and down, it will change the brightness level of the backlights. So lighting wise, I was a bit disappointed when I bought it because I didn't realise, I thought it was a fully RGB keyboard, but it isn't. It only has this sort of, I think they call it ice blue backlighting, but it's actually quite a nice shade of blue. It just doesn't match my system. My system's orange. But there is 18 different lighting modes that you can change, and then you can change the speed by holding the FN key and going left and right, as you might be able to see. And then if you go up or down, it changes brightness. If you go all the way down, it turns the brightness off altogether. So that's quite nice. I just, like I said, I wish it had a bit of RGB, but that's probably down to me not reading the actual advert for the thing. Like I said, the knob is volume and backlight brightness. The switch type, you can get this with yellow switches, you can get it with red switches. These are reds, but they are actually quite sort of clicky for a red switch. They're not terrible. Now I couldn't find a definitive answer online as to what switches they use. I know a lot of like these Chinese brands use, is it Otemu, something like that. So I'm gathering that's probably what it is. They're not a high-end switch, but they're not terrible. The switches on this keyboard are not hot swappable, so you can't remove them. But cheaper keyboard, so I wouldn't expect to be able to. So I've been using this keyboard for about 3 or 4 days now. I actually quite like it. The typing on it is actually quite nice. The red switches have quite a nice sort of thump at the bottom, and they don't have a terrible actuation point. The actuation point's really high on them, which I quite like about that. So yeah, like I picked this keyboard up for, it was around £20. I think it was £18. Like I said in most of my controller videos, I pick up stuff like this on Temu. The reason I tend to review products like this is because they're better for either people just getting into gaming on PC or whatever. Like obviously you can buy ridiculously high-end keyboards that cost a fortune, But to a lot of people, there's no point really. Something like this will serve its purpose like well. Yeah, okay, the switches might not last as long as they would on something like a Ducky or something like that, but they're still good enough. So yeah, like I said, the switches, they feel responsive enough. They do have apparently 100% anti-ghosting and N-key rollover. So key presses register with multiple keys held down, which is obviously perfect for playing games and stuff like that. You don't want to be like running forward with W and then you press R to reload and your reload doesn't register because it hasn't got multi-key rollover. So that's quite nice. So pros and cons of this keyboard. Obviously, pros, I would say a pro for me is the 75% layout. Some people obviously will want a full-size keyboard. Some people like having the number pad. Some games do use it. But for me, it's a pro. I'd say the lighting is a pro because it was my fault that I didn't read it properly and figure out that it was fully RGB. So if you like this sort of cool ice blue colour, then it's probably a pro for you too. The multifunction knob is useful, and it doesn't feel cheap either, like it's a metal knob and there's quite a sort of click to it when you turn it, a bit like a sort of high-end mouse wheel. No drivers for it, you don't have to worry about driver installs, it's literally just plug and play. And I'd say the value, at £18, it's really good value for budget builds. The cons of it, the build quality is okay, but it's not great. It does feel plasticky. Some users online report sensor or key issues over time, like double presses or keys not registering after heavy use. And obviously another con is it's not fully hot swappable, but it's not the end of the world. So verdict wise, I'd say if you're on a tight budget and you want a mechanical keyboard with okay lighting, media volume control without spending massive money, then the MageGee MK-Star75, it's a decent pick. I'd just temper your expectations with it. Not too bad, obviously. If you've never used a mechanical keyboard before, you'll probably think this is God's gift. But don't expect the highest build quality with it. So yeah, I'll leave this review video here, guys, because there's not really a lot more I can say about a keyboard. The GameSir controller giveaway video that I did as my last video, the review and obviously the giveaways at the back end of the video, that's still live up until the 8th of February. So if you want to enter or get an entry in for the yellow GameSir controller, by all means check out that video, look in the description below, and that'll tell you how to enter. Like I said, that's live till the 8th of February. And then once that's closed, we will have more giveaways coming up. I will be giving some keyboards away, some gaming mice away, custom keycap sets, sort of like sets of switches that you can swap into your keyboard. So yeah, be sure to check out that other video if you want to enter for that controller. We don't have many entries in it at the minute. I think there's only 31 people have entered so far, so it's quite a decent chance of winning. So yeah, I'll leave the video here for now, guys. Drop a comment. Let me know if you've used one of these keyboards before or anything like that. But yeah, for now, guys, thanks for watching. See you all in the next video.